All right, Shalom. First of first and foremost, I want to give all the praise and the glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rahakwadash, which I give me the spirit and the strength to do this lesson. And I also want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Wa Shalom, my Barakim to the elect, beginning with the 144,000. Which are scattered abroad and in every place, redeeming the time and ready to be saved. Shalom. All right, another quick hit, man. I was inspired to bring this out via the beloved apostle Rakah's lesson. All right, and if you know Apostle Rakah, or rather watch or follow him, he brings out much edification, through the spirit. All right. It's a highly spiritual man. All right. And, like I said, I was tuned in to his speech, and he's pretty much speaking about how Jake is quick to blame the white man, the so-called white man, all right, for the oppression that's brought upon Jake, and what he said, got me thinking, which. He also said that Jake, pretty much defamed Esau about killing Jake and doing this and that to Jake, but here it is, they turn around and do the exact same thing. All right. And even worse, because you Jakes out here, man, y'all killing each other, y'all killing other Jakes more than the so-called white man is. All right, y'all got them beat. You see, y'all have super exceeded the so-called white man when it comes to doing each other wrong, man. All right. So you Jakes have no room. Have no business, pointing the finger at the so-called white man. And they do what they do, But guess what? They were set up to do that. Read Psalm the 17th chapter. They were set up to punish Jake. All right, because we went off. All right, we went off. So when you go off, you do wrong. Your parents found out about it. They whoop you, with their rod, which is nowadays known as a belt. All right, so in the sight of Yahweh Shemel Shah, we went off. So he punished us with his rod, which is the so-called white man. All right. See, a lot of these Jakes, they don't understand what's going on, man. All right. So Esau was set up to do that, but you Jakes, y'all wasn't created for that. All right. And yet here it is, y'all oppressing each other. Worse than the so-called white man, worse than the other nations. All right. Robbing each other, stealing from each other, killing each other. All right. What's that in the book of Hosea? What's that? Blood touches blood. All right. That's you Jakes out here killing each other, man. Killing each other, man, because the nation of Israel is a family. We're all related. Okay? And, you know, Jake that's nothing more than being a hypocrite, man. Because you can't hear it as y'all blaming the so-called white man for taxing, Jake, you know, being unfair when in when here it is when you Jakes out here, extortion extorting each other. You know? And quick to do so. Y'all quick to kill, point the gun and pull the trigger at one another. Quick. Y'all make haste to do that. Matter of fact, that's in the book of Isaiah. Let me see. Let's see, man. Okay, yep. Isaiah 47, 49 and 17. It's Isaiah 49 and 17. Oh no, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. I thought this was it. Yeah, that's not what I want. Let's see. And what is that scripture, man? I can't. It's a lot here. Let's see. Man, what is that scripture? I know it's in Isaiah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Okay, so Isaiah 59. Isaiah 59. Okay, this is Isaiah 59. Okay, this is start at verse 6. It says, their webs shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands. It says, verse 7, their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. You see that? So, you Jakes, that y'all quick to jump on each other, man, to harm each other. All right, and that's a proven fact. Yeah, everything is in these scriptures, man. Everything is documented in these scriptures. Yahweh Shemal Shai ain't missed nothing. All right. All right, let's read that again. It says, their feet run to evil. That's right. Their feet. Let's read this in the NLT. It said, their feet run to do evil, and they rush to commit murder. You see that? You know? They think only about sinning. Misery and destruction always follow them. That's right. So, Jake's worse than the so-called white man. To tell you in the scripture how Jake's has surpassed the deeds of the wicked. All right. So you Jakes, you niggas, man, y'all don't have no business pointing a finger at the white man. Cause in reality, they doing what they're supposed to be doing. Hudding you Jakes out. They supposed to be doing that. They supposed to be knocking you Jakes off. That's what they was set up for, man. You see, we understand that. That's why we don't get mad when we see motherfuckers like what's his name? Julius what is his name, man? The guy that couldn't breathe. That guy, you know, that they say the police killed. You know, Trayvon Martin. You know, guys, them people, type of people. We don't get offended when we hear about it, because we understand. All right? They out here doing what they supposed to be doing. But you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all acting just like or worse than the white man that didn't want to point the finger at them. All right. So yeah, like I said, man, it's just a thought, man, that came across my mind. That, you know, when I was listening to the apostles' discourse, all right, and I had to get this out, you know, while the Spirit was on me. And, you know, a scripture came to mind. We can end it off on this. And how Shah said it. What's it? No, I think it was John 8. The 8th chapter, John 8th chapter. Wait a minute. Okay, here it is, John 8:44, and this is Yahushua speaking, cursing out them Jews. All right, it says, ye are of your father, the devil. All right, it was just talking about Esau, the so-called white man, the one that they blaming, you know. All right, it says, ye are of your father, the devil. Now look, check this out. And the lust of your father will ye do. You see that? And the lust of your father will ye do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abide not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So right, you take on, you just following their footsteps, so to speak. Okay? So let's see, in the NLT says, for ye are the children of your father, the devil. That's right. And you love to do the evil things he does. Come on, man. You see that? So how y'all go you know, point the finger, like I said, point the finger at the so-called white man, which is the devil, your father, when y'all just like him. All right? That's Eve. You heard Eve? Keisha. Boy, I tell you, these so-called black women is through, man. Through. But anyway, let's get this again. I'm ending it off. He said, For ye are the children of your father, the devil, and you love to do the evil things he does. You see that? And you love to do the evil things he does. And that's a known fact. Right? So yeah, Lord, when it was edifying. Until next time, shalom.